shiny red Camaro. He was 2 years older.
Hi, I'm Francke with the Canby Now Podcast. I'm here with Briana Renea. We're here on location at Merrywood Farms. It's a little cold.
It's November.
Yes. How are you, Briana?
Good. How are
Good.
you?
Thanks so much for coming on with us. So you had a pretty fun summer. I wanted to see if you could tell us about it.
Well, I can try to tell you about it. It's
Okay.
kind of a blur.
A little bit of a blur?
It's already November. I can't believe it.
I know.
No, it was a really fun summer, very busy. Thankfully, it wasn't as hot this year as it was last year.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what I keep telling myself.
Right.
But ton of fairs.
It felt pretty hot to me, yeah.
It's been worse, I can tell you that.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
had 100.
You would know, yeah.
Yeah. But it was a lot of fun. Lots of fairs, lots of festivals, lots of kids and families.
Yeah, yeah.
I think probably one of the coolest moments was this year I got to open for Diamond Rio.
Oh, cool.
Man, they're amazing.
Yeah.
They are amazing.
Yeah, yeah. So that's really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to meet a lot of people, eat a lot of corn dogs, I hope, or?
Well, I try not to eat a ton of corn dogs, but
Okay,
I do cave.
I'll eat them for you.
Okay,
so.
well, I do cave. They're kind of a fair staple, I will
Yeah,
say.
Yeah, yeah. So you are a Canby High School graduate from around this area and budding country music starlet. I wanted to start by just telling you a little story. So at my house, we don't listen to a ton of country music. I'm sorry. I know. It's shocking.
Oh.
It's not that we don't like it. It's just, we're always listening to Frozen soundtrack for like the thousandth time, so which is really important. But we were in a rental car, didn't have the Frozen CD, and I had my kids with me, 2 and 4 years old. And we're flipping through the stations, trying to find something. And a country music song comes on. It was chicken fried. And my kids instantly were like, I like that. I like that song. And I'm like, you've never heard this song,
It's talking about fried chicken.
Well,
so.
maybe they just like fried chicken. But it made me think like country music kind of has this energy, this like certain kind of atmosphere to it that I think is really appealing, and I wanted to ask you what you think about that. If something like that is what sort of appeals to you about country music.
Well, I love country, but I was also just born and raised into the country atmosphere, as you might call it.
Yeah.
So for me, it was just only natural. But country definitely has its place, I will say. I mean, you're not going to go to a fair and hear rap music played in the barns, usually. And
Horses don't really like that, I don't think.
I don't think so. At least mine doesn't, that's for sure.
Not big into rap, those horses.
But no, I mean, not everybody likes country because they can't relate to it sometimes because it's totally different.
Yeah.
But I think there is at least one song that everybody can relate to. You just have to find that song in the country world that you relate to. It might be fishing, it might be hunting.
I think it's one of those things, almost like a way of life, like you're saying. Like country music really is. It's like it's bigger than just the radio. The words that are playing on the radio. But
Yes.
yeah. So you started to talk a little bit. How did you, your story about becoming a country music singer really started when you were a kid and how you grew up. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, I grew up here in Canby, actually literally across from
where
Merrywood
we are
Farm.
right now.
Yeah, so it's kind of fun. But I grew up with horses, cattle, and goats. I showed all the way from 5 years old until I was 18. I mean, I still show horses now, but it's definitely a way of life. And I would not change it for the world because it's made me who I am. It's given me the experiences to be able to write the music that I write and to pull from it and relate to people in different ways.
Yeah, that's cool. So it just kind of grew out of how you grew up and the things that were important to you and values to you.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit, definitely. I was...
You
I've
sing
always
about
loved...
goats and sheep.
Oh yeah, totally sing about those goats.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I guess I don't really sing about my animals, surprisingly, but I think that might be a little weird.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, I don't know. I'd like to hear a song about a goat sometimes, but
I'm sure if you look, you could find one.
I bet you could. Yeah. So I imagine that being an independent country music artist is just really easy, right? Like
Definitely, it's so easy.
No, I imagine it takes a lot of courage to put yourself out there, and I really admire that. I'm just wondering, kind of, what made you decide you wanted to have this life, or at least try it? Yeah.
Well, I've been singing since I was a kid. My go-to story is my mom stuck me and my twin brother in a play when we were 4 years old because she was convinced that we were too shy.
Yeah.
I'm sure she regrets that now.
So if you're afraid of spiders, she would have put you in a bucket of spiders.
I
or
sure
something.
hope not. I really hope not.
Immersion therapy. Yeah.
But that just, I guess, maybe gave me the bug for singing and being on stage.
Did you sing in the play?
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
so. I mean, you could call a 4-year-old
Right,
singing.
if you could call it that.
Yeah,
My
but
4-year-old sings.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know the feeling.
Yeah.
And it just kind of spiraled into doing choir and plays in middle school and high school. And from there, I actually ended up working with a modeling and acting school in Portland.
Cool.
And from them, I met some people and did a showcase and decided that music was definitely the avenue. I'm too short to be a model,
Right.
so singing was perfect.
Yeah, I don't feel like you're that short.
Heels make a difference,
Oh, okay.
especially my 4-inch ones.
Yeah, fair enough. And then, so what is the life of a country music artist like? Like, I imagine you just are wearing a cowboy hat all the time. You like jump on a horse to go down to, school and stuff. Or,
Yes,
Yeah.
totally. Well, my cowboy hat actually stays in a box until
Is every-
horse show season.
every door you go through goes like this.
Yes, like
yeah.
the revolving doors. I've actually never walked through one of those
The saloon
on a
doors?
venue,
Oh,
at a
okay.
venue.
Yeah, that's too bad.
I think they're
Maybe
more
someday.
in like the photo booth area
Yeah.
that you see at the fairgrounds.
Right. Yeah.
Never have time
Yeah.
for those.
Can't actually go through them.
No, we don't have time to just take photos.
Yeah. What's it like?
Well, it's a lot of road time, that's for sure. And at this level, in a sense, I spend a lot of time making phone calls, sending out emails, and booking so that I actually have
Work,
venues.
yeah.
Yeah, because people don't just come to you. There's so many of us out there that
Sure. Yeah.
anybody can do it, I guess.
All this stuff people don't realize and don't think about. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I mean,
The
so it's-
unglamorous side of things. Yeah.
yeah, hours and hours doing that,
Phone
and
calls. Yeah.
I've actually done a lot of my
Podcasts,
podcasts. So boring. I actually did one of my own recently, and I had to record
A
it and send
podcast?
it. Yeah,
Yeah?
had to record it and send it to a gentleman who I was working with, and that was fun because
Cool.
I've semi-learned to do sound engineering.
Yeah.
I mean semi-learned.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So that was fun.
Cool.
But yeah, it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of time on the road, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You have to really like the people you drive with.
What's the rewarding part of it?
Oh, it's the kids.
Yeah.
They're so fun, especially when they line up at the front of the stage and you can see them like dancing with their little butts.
yeah.
And the parents look at them.
Little pink cowboy hats and everything.
Yes. And their parents look at them and you can just see that they're super happy.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, oh, good, I did my job. The kids are happy, parents are happy.
That's awesome. Cool. Well, you guys are going to have a treat today. Brianna's actually going to sing a few songs for us and with her guitarist here. So can you tell us just a little bit about what you're going to sing and maybe a story about each one? Or
Sure,
just
yeah.
a little bit about each one?
Yeah. I think the first one that we will do is actually my single that is out right now. It is called Chasing Trouble.
Chasing Trouble.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I wrote that with 2 co-writers out of Nashville,
Cool.
and they're actually really good friends. Unfortunately, one of the gentlemen's passed away a couple years ago.
Oh, no way.
But yeah, but I still write with one of the others, and Steve, he is my fellow redhead that
Yeah.
wrote it with me. And, we get the whole redhead label. We're
Yes.
just absolute trouble. And
Right.
so we thought it would be really fun to kind
Do a
of
song like that.
to write a song that really embraces that whole troublemaker side.
Yeah, cool. And I've heard it. That's a fun song. So
It is.
I'm
It's a very
excited.
upbeat
I'm glad
one.
you're doing that one. Yeah.
But it was released to radio October 4th.
Cool.
So it's
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's making its way out.
Are you hearing comments from people or?
We're still in the early stages, but a few people I think have heard it.
Yeah.
So it's
Cool.
it'll get there. I'm
Cool.
excited.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we will do another one called In Your Hands.
Okay.
That is actually one that isn't on digital outlets, surprisingly, but it is, we call it one of my sappier songs.
Oh, fun.
I don't write a lot of love songs,
Yeah.
but it's my up-tempo love song.
Okay.
And actually, again, I wrote that with Steve.
So it's a little less sappy. Is that what you're trying to say? Or?
Well, I'll let you be the
It's
judge of
pretty
that,
sappy,
I guess.
she's saying,
I
yeah.
mean, it's a sweet one,
Yeah.
but it's not
Okay.
your stereotypical, my heart bleeds for you.
Okay. Cool.
And then I think we'll do for the last one the title track off of my first EP called Red Lips, White Lies.
Okay. Cool. I've heard that
And
one.
yes, that
Yeah.
song is probably my funniest that I've written.
Yeah.
I have a twin brother, and
Mm-hmm.
bless his lovely heart, I had a long road trip with him, 4 days.
Yeah. Where'd you
and
go?
From Oregon to Oklahoma. We were driving him to
Okay,
school.
Yeah.
I learned way too much about him and his crazy dating life.
And you just had to write a song.
I had the title in mind, and
Yeah.
I just didn't know what to do with it until the 4 days were up, and I'm like, oh, thank you.
Here's what I can do. With
I know what to do with this.
Yeah. Cool.
So
Okay.
it'll be that one.
Awesome. Great. Well, we're going to transition over to that.
Sounds good. These arms are yours. These charms are yours. Baby, I'm so yours. My heart can barely stand it. Can't rip it out. No, you can't rip it out. Can't rip it out. It's already in your hand. These arms are yours. These charms are yours. Baby, I'm so yours. My heart can barely stand it. You can't rip it out. No, you can't rip it out. Can't rip it out. It's already in your hands. Can't rip it out. It's already in your hands. Can't rip it out. It's already in your hands. She's got a dog in her purse. She's got her high heels on. She's got her short skirt, push-up bra, golden curls, and a Louis Vuitton. You know that pretty smell, brother, it's just her spell. If you decide to carry, man, it's gonna be your grave. Red lipstick, come with a grace. Tastes good, but oh, we're gonna bite. Finished all with a poison smile. Those witchy red lips always hide. Those witchy white, those witchy white lies. You gotta see this show, and I can tell you how it's gonna go. To avoid the pain, walk away, don't be a man who's no brain. You know that brother, it's just her spell. If you decide to pay, a man is gonna be your grave. Red lipstick, come with a price. Tastes good, but only gonna bite. Finish strong with a poison smile. Those witchy red lips always hide. Those witchy white lies. Take it from a girl who understands a girl. If you wanna stay sane, you better run the other way. Take it from a girl who understands a girl. If you wanna stay sane, you better run the other way. Lips, they come with a price. Taste so good, but they're gonna bite. Red lips, they come with a price. Taste good, but only gonna bite. Finish strong with a poison smile. Those witchy red lips always hide. Those witchy white lies. Those witchy white lies.
Awesome. That was Briana Renea and guitarist Zach. What's your last name?
Abbe.
Zach Abbe. Thank you guys so much. We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned.